How forms are read using assistive technology. To really ensure compliance, you should check your document using assistive technology to make sure that the user experience is a good one. The most popular assistive technology applications out there today are JAWS and NVDA. Both of these assistive technologies are both Windows-based applications, but they have equal use among users of assistive technology. Checking your document with a screen reader ensures a good user experience. Here we are in our tuition reimbursement request and authorization form. And our document is pretty much finalized at this point, and we've done a lot to this document to make it compliant. We've added form fields to the document. We've added tooltips to each of those form fields. We've tagged all the form fields, and we've also nested the form fields appropriately within the tag structure of the document. We've then checked it using both the Acrobat Accessibility Checker as well as the PAC 2024 checker, and at this point we think this document is compliant. But as a final step, we're going to test it using a screen reader. Now I'm going to start by using NVDA on my computer, so I'm going to go ahead and launch that application.
Welcome to Use Cap Start Show This OK button, tuition reimbursement request and auth.
Now, when you open a document using a screen reader, it can typically take anywhere from a few seconds to a few minutes, depending on the size of your document, because the screen reader needs to cache all of the information in the document. And visually, once you see a red border around the document, that's basically an indicator that the document has been cached. Now, I'm going to start by trying to read the headings in this document. So I'm going to press the H key on my keyboard.
Page 1 Employee Heading Level 2.
Now that jumped to the next heading, so I'm going to go back and read the previous one.
Tuition Reimbursement Request and Authorization Heading Level 1.
Now I'm going to read the next heading.
Employee Heading Level 2. Authorizing Supervisor/Manager Heading Level 2. Human Resources Director Heading Level 2. Human Resource Consultant Heading Level 2.
So that's one of the first things that I do as I'm testing a document is I want to make sure that the document is navigable using the heading structure in the document. This is a common way that a lot of people will read the document. It gives them a quick understanding of what the different sections are in the document. And then from there, we can test a little bit further. So I'm going to go backwards, back up to the employee heading.
Human Author Employee Heading Level 2.
Now I'm simply going to press the down arrow key on my keyboard.
Employee's name.
So now what that did is it read the caption, right? So that's the text-based portion of this document. And if I press the down arrow key again,
enter the employee name edit.
You're going to notice that it says enter the employee name edit. Now it voices the term edit to let the user know that they're in an editable field. But if you noticed, it said enter the employee name. Well, where did that come from? Well, that is the tooltip text that we entered into that field. Let's read the next field.
The MPL ID number. Enter the employee ID edit.
I'm going to keep going.
Date of request. Enter the date of request edit. Job title. Enter your job title edit. Division/department. Enter your division or department edit. Work phone. Enter your work phone number edit.
Okay, so you don't have to go through the entire document, but what I would like to do is just navigate to key areas of the document. Maybe I want to test my radio buttons. So I'll jump to the next heading.
Authorizing Supervisor/Manager Heading Level 2. Employee Status. Permanent. Radio button not checked. Choose your employee status. Permanent, non-permanent/temporary. Radio button not checked. Choose your employee status, non-permanent/temporary. H. C. Checked.
So pressing the space bar allows me to turn on that radio button and enable that particular one. But if I were to change my mind,
Non-permanent radio button not checked. Checked.
I can choose the other one. All of this is being done with the keyboard, which is a critical thing with testing my document, because users of assistive technology need to use their keyboard exclusively to navigate and choose options in this document. Now, one of the things I like to point out, right now I'm reading this form in what's called browse mode. Now I'm going to go back to the previous heading.
Authorizing employee heading level 2.
And both JAWS and NVDA has something called forms mode. And in forms mode, it switches the behavior of the form to only navigate between the form fields of the document. And the way that you do that with NVDA is you press the insert key and the space bar. And you'll notice that it switches over to forms mode. And in forms mode, I simply use the tab key to navigate from one form to the next.
Enter the total agency reimbursement received by employee. Edit blank. Is this a component of the employee's performance and development plan? Edit. Choose approval status. Recommend approval radio button not checked, 1 of 2. Enter comments. Edit blank. Authorizing supervisor signs here. Enter the date. Edit blank.
And then to get out of forms mode, I simply press the same keyboard shortcut, which is insert spacebar. And then that takes me back into browse mode. So this form seems to be reading exactly the way I want it to. I could spend a little bit more time and I could go through every form in this document, but I really just wanted to show you a taste of what it's like to test a form using a screen reader. And by doing this step, we're ensuring that the user experience for somebody using assistive technology is going to be a good one.